Tuned into the Shadowsphere. Welcome to the Shadowsphere, where the whispered truth comes in loud and clear. Laugh in the dark as the clues appear. Yeah, we shine that light in the Shadowsphere.
Thanks for tuning in and welcome to the Shadowsphere. Scals, hit record.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Shadowsphere. This is the season finale. This is episode 14. I am joined by the deathmatch sweetheart, that is Jessie Mack. How is it going?
Oh, it's going. I'm alive.
So, first and foremost, how, and this might come off sexist, and I don't mean to in that way, but how does a woman get involved in deathmatch wrestling?
Honestly, I have no idea. I think it was kind of discussed right around the pandemic once when Warhead was doing like No Ring North and all this stuff, and I'm like, all the guys are having fun, but I'm 8 months pregnant. And I'm like, so when I come back from being pregnant and stuff like that, like, which route am I going to go? Am I going to keep doing like the selfie queen gimmick, or have I outgrown that gimmick because I'm 30 plus years old? And then I'm like, so what's a girl to do? So I kind of dabbled a little bit. I mean, I match with Warhead before, and I did it, but it wasn't like something I thought I was going to do. But then being pregnant and sideline and the pandemic and all this stuff, when I came back, I'm like, screw it, I'm going in. I went balls to the walls.
I've seen a lot of clips of you, especially being up on your husband, Mack, who we interviewed earlier in the series. What is that like for you? I asked him the question, I'll ask you. Do you use little arguments that you have as little shots later on when you guys line up?
I think he uses them more than I do. I think that he kind of gets a little petty that way. I'm kind of more of I want to be one of the guys, so I'm just going to keep squaring up to him. Like, I'm just going to try to be like just as good as he is, or just as strong as he is, or more violent as just as violent as he is. And then he'll make the jokes about like fights that we have or disagreements or just pretty much anything. Or if I screw something up, he's going to point it out and I'm going to be like, all right, well, now I hate you. He's more, I guess, vindictive that way.
I know you weren't, I don't know if you were there at the venue that day, but Crazy 8 on April 11th that just passed in Germania in Hamilton. That was my first ever deathmatch live experience. Like, I have been a fan of it, watching it online and watching clips, but I keep saying, and I'm making a focal point to say, it's not the same. You have to go to a show because that energy is unlike any other I've been a part of.
Yeah, especially if it's promoted and done right. Yes. I was there. I actually was selling PD Skills merch for him. Apparently that's what I'm selling his merch, not mine, not Cash's, his. It's an experience in itself, especially like Canadian Deathmatch and Death Proof. They have the fan base, and that in itself makes the experience that much better. But also, you got to go in open-minded and also not afraid of blood. And I know some people think that they can handle it, but we've had people pass out from the sight of blood before, so you have to know like this is very much a real thing.
Right. My wife is big into the blood of wrestling. She loves that kind of thing, but she was not ready for what she experienced. She loved it. Do not get me wrong. She loved it, but she was not. She thought it was about a here where it would be, and it came to about a here, and she fell in love with it too.
Yeah, like I mean, I stumbled upon it a lot earlier on in my career as a wrestler, and I wasn't even sure what the hell I was watching. I was like, well, what are these guys doing? I think the first job was Brett with Ash, Warhead, and Shawnee Mo for Stranglehold, and to this day I still couldn't tell you what the hell I watched. But like somebody coming in and like just trying out wrestling and like still being new, I was like, oh my god, what the hell?
I know you're a traditional wrestler as well, but are you leaning more towards the deathmatch now and getting out of traditional, or do you just want to mix it up and do 50-50 kind of thing?
I think I'm at the point in my career right now where I'm not really sure who I am. So if I go into the direction of like the deathmatch hardcore stuff, sure, that'll be fun. I did come out like traditional wrestler, but now without, I'm struggling with an identity right now, and that's my I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this. I don't really have like a gimmick or anything to go on, so I'm not really sure which way I'm going, if that makes sense. Like I'm just kind of having like an identity crisis almost, but I'm having fun doing it. I love I actually love the feeling of it, which is kind of morbid. And I don't know, I get kind of like this weird confidence after going through all that, but I also don't want to forget about the actual fundamentals of wrestling either. Like I want to do the hardcore, but I want to remember like where I came from, technically wise, like how to wrestle, right? So it's like some people, they just come in and then want to decide to just do hardcore wrestling and all that stuff, but they don't learn how to become a wrestler first. I'm kind of in that area where I'm like, I learned all, I'm gonna try this, and if it doesn't work out or I end up not liking it, I'd have no problem dropping it and going back to square one, if that makes sense. I kind of ramble a lot, so I apologize.
No, that actually makes a lot of sense. And given that what you were saying, where you don't want to forget where you come from, my next question would be, where did you train and like where did you become the wrestler that you wanted to be?
So a lot of people either don't remember or don't know, but I trained at Battle Arts under Santino. And then from there, I just kind of did the road trips, went to the States a bunch of times with a carload of the guys, or I just kind of, wherever I would make connections and I'd go out there. I've done some stuff for House of Hardcore through Chinlock. I've wrestled some pretty decently big names that I'm like still surprised that it even happened. I kind of just go where I land, I guess, if that makes sense. Like I don't really have like a goal in mind. I just kind of whatever that moment, like I get an opportunity, I take it, I embrace it, and it like makes me a better person, I guess. See, rambling, not good at interviews.
No, there's no such thing as rambling. You're being authentically true to yourself, and I love that about that. You trained under Santino. What was that experience like, given the fact that he is arguably one of the most beloved superstars in wrestling today?
It wasn't easy. A lot of the style that he is big on is like grappling and shoot fighting. And for somebody who is coming in with like high school rugby experience and also a lot older than most people start when they start wrestling, it made me a lot stronger. And I think that for me, it it tested me. A lot of the times, like he was very big on technique and not so much moveset, or so like we were like shoot fighting, a lot of shoot fighting, and it was kind of hard for me to do that on, because a lot of some of the, like especially in like the girls field, like they don't really do that. But I mean, I appreciated everything he taught me. uh it was a great experience, and physically like was probably the most fit I've been ever.
When I was making my list of guests for this upcoming season, I was going through names and I bounced off a few people that you may know, like Sean and Dylan, who run Deathmatch. Um, I've talked to Hardcore, I've talked to Rush Rancid, just shooting names here and there. And when I said that I had Matt, they're like, you can't not talk about Deathmatch wrestling in Canada without having Jessie Mack on. So credit to those boys for shouting you out.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I love all the boys. It's even been said by PD Skills that I am one of the boys, which I'm totally okay with. I've kind of always been like the tomboy growing up, so like just to become one of the boys in the locker room, that's just natural for me. It's probably where I'm the most comfortable and the most authentic me. So that's why I appreciate all of them. I mean, I still kick their ass, but I still appreciate them.
So with that being said, where you say you're like the tomboy, or you were the tomboy growing up, and the fact that you wrestle in a male dominated industry, do you feel like well, not so much nowadays, like I feel like there's a mixture of talent, but in the indie scene there still seems to be a lot more influx of men than women. Do you feel like you aren't challenged enough on the female circuit of things compared to the male circuit?
I don't know. Sometimes with like I don't mind the female circuit of rest. It's just it's a little, sometimes it can be a little too catty for me, if that makes sense. Like I'm I'm a server by like that's what I do. I'm a server, so I'm so used to being like in a female environment and like the cattiness and stuff like that. And I try to avoid it. Not to say that I haven't made some really good girlfriends on the circuit. Like I love all the girls. I just find it a lot easier to be with the guys.
That's fair. I've only asked this question to one other individual this season that was hardcore, which was at the beginning, and because I felt like it was appropriate, and I want to ask you because I want to see the female take on it. But what is your stance when it comes, because we all know it exists, the ring rats, where they're all over the men, like especially knowing that your husband is also a wrestler himself. Do you have an issue with ring rats? Have you had any issues with ring rats?
I don't think so. I think in every industry, and like this is coming from a girl who's literally reading like the smuttiest hockey books. Like so like I know.
Sounds like my wife.
It's like it's just the culture. Like I mean, a lot of trust goes into being like I never imagined myself being with another wrestler. So I mean, I had to learn that like this is the life like it comes with the lifestyle. So there's like the rink, like the puck bunnies, the ring rats, like they're always going to be there. And when it comes, like I don't have issues with it. Like I love when people are just 100% themselves, and that's just if that's how they want to be, that's how they want to be. I just have to trust Matt.
No,
I've never.
I'll rephrase it maybe. Have you had anybody try to take liberties in that sense where the ring rats have come up and grabbing onto, it could be males too when it comes to you? Like, I am just generally interested in what it's like in that department of the conversation.
I mean, yeah, like I've seen people like kind of being a little too close with Matt, and I'm just like, I let it slide because at the end of the day, like he's coming home with me. I'm like, it's part of the like he had to deal with it too, like guys just like coming up and being a little too forward. But I mean, that's just part of the industry. Like like again, but like going back to like the hockey, it's all the same. Always gonna be like that. Maybe too close for comfort interaction, but like he should know that like, this is I'm like they love the wrestler me, and that's not me, right? Like they're in love with the fantasy of this person. So like I'm like I look at them like it's gonna happen. You're gonna get the girls, the boys are gonna come to me like, but like at the end of the day, like it's not like I'm going with these guys. Like they're gonna buy my picture. They're gonna want me to sign something. Like it's fine. Like I'm like it's never really been an issue though. It's just part of the job, I guess.
No, and I think that's fair, right? And I kind of got the same kind of response from hardcore. It's like it doesn't phase him and stuff like that. He knows who he goes home to at the end of the night. It has nothing to do with. The reason I do bring these questions up is because obviously the most infamous, at least in wrestling, was the Edge and Lita story where that actually became something it shouldn't have. And obviously, I was just interested on an indie circuit how different it is, but that's a great answer, and it's really respectable knowing that there's a general understanding. And I'm sure there's guys that are single that take full advantage of those ring rats, like in hockey. Us hockey boys did the same thing.
Yeah, like it's just it comes with the vibe. Like I just like I don't know if, but I mean on that note with like the Lita and Matt Hardy stuff is like if people tried to use my story as like a storyline, I'd be like no dice. Like
No,
I'm like money for that shit.
Given the fact, and I harp on this because I don't get a chance to talk to many female wrestlers in regards to a lot of female wrestlers don't wish to speak with a lot of male media per se because of the weird vibes that we give off apparently, and I respect that fully. That's not me. I treat everybody the same. You're one of the boys. I treat like one of the boys. But I do have to ask, what is it like being what is it like mentally to deal with being, again, a female in an all male industry or a predominantly male industry?
I mean, I still
day for you.
Like I still think that I still feel like there is like a heavy misogynistic like vibe. And it's been coming around a lot more lately. Like I don't know if it's just me, like I'm very good at reading situations and stuff like that, and I just feel like I think it's still kind of there. Like I don't have an exact reason why I think this. It's just like there's just certain interactions or certain just it's hard to explain. Like I overread I overread things, but I also see like sometimes these guys get away with saying certain things. They're trying to gimmick or whatever. But I'm like, we're going backwards now. Like, I hear some people like just like how they talk about girls or whatever, and I'm just like, no, like this is something that I thought we were past, but we're not. And it's still kind of there, but like at the same time, I'm not gonna blow whistles because
I would never ask that of anybody, and I don't ask that of anybody.
yeah.
I word it in a way where I get an answer without getting an answer.
Yeah, like I feel like if maybe this is a conversation we could have when I'm retired, and I will totally blow those whistles. But until then, I'm just gonna keep minding my business.
Aside from, you mentioned PD a few times, so I'm going to assume he's one of your favorites to work with. But I still have yet to reach out to him. There's a few wrestlers I still want to reach out to, but with that, who is someone you, aside from Matt and aside from PD, who is someone you absolutely adore wrestling on a consistent basis? I should let you know that Rush said that he beat you up pretty good in that one time. So
Yeah, I mean he did. I mean, we used a Christmas tree. One of the honestly like the best chemistries that I've had, and like it comes from the fans too, is me and Warhead.
okay.
I mean, like he's into hardcore, but like we did the tournament together. We've had a few one-on-one matches, but like we just kind of go in there and like, doing anything, like not like just there's no conversation. It's just like in that moment, whatever happens, and it usually is ridiculous. Like, and that's probably somebody that I have one of the best chemistries with.
I won't ask her name because I don't want you to call anybody out, but do you have somebody in your mind that you absolutely hate working with?
Cash?
Hey, I didn't ask for names, but I'll take it.
Honestly, at this particular moment, not really. I've been pretty lucky with like working with most people that I really enjoy. I haven't like as of right now, there's nobody I can think of that I absolutely hate working with right now.
Has there been any companies? Has there been any companies that have just done you wrong and you're just like, I'll never work with them again? Again, no names, please. Just.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've literally given like 2 weeks notice of pulling out due to like personal reasons, and it's like, and Cash has done the same to the same company, and I got so much heat for no reason at all, and I was just, and like he was fine. And then there's been a few that have like shortchanged me a bit or like whatever, but I'm always like the person that's like, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I let them go too long. Cash is like, what are you doing? Like, you shouldn't be letting them run you like this, and then I let them take advantage. But I'm getting better at it. But yeah, there's been a few times. That's why I'm afraid to back. Like if like something personal comes up and I'm like, I can't do this show. Like I'm afraid to back out. Like,
Well, again, it goes back into the old boys club that we were just alluding to and the misogynistic view on things is, oh, well, Matt can do it and it's fine, but I do it and suddenly I'm the problem.
yeah, like, but that's what I've noticed too, is like stuff like that. I'm like, well, I can't do it because like I'm gonna be the one that gets heat for it. I'm like,
given the fact that you're a mom and in the deathmatch scene, do you come home and the kids kind of look at you like, what the fuck?
yeah, Negan is very much like that. Mostly like I feel like Matt's more obvious though when he's like all beat up and stuff like that. But yeah, like but Negan's more gentle with me, and like he kisses my boo-boos and he makes sure that I'm better. But more so like, he looks at Matt and he's like, what the heck? And I'm like,
Who is that?
but,
Yeah. I asked Matt, and I'll ask you because I'm sure you've been to the ER once or twice with these injuries or cuts. What is your conversation like with a doctor when you have to get stitched up?
I'm actually pretty good. I haven't been to the doctors. I have not. I, I have not had to. I've had to take Matt to the ER. I've been lucky. The worst I've had is a sprained foot because Jeff Black fell on me, and I didn't even go to the doctor for that. I'm one. I won't go.
I'm always curious, especially when the boys come up from the States. Depending where they live, they have a long drive home, and they got to cross that border all beat up. And I'm sure they don't say they're coming up here to work by any means. So I can't imagine trying to cross that border all bloody and explaining that to a border agent.
Well, we did it. actually. We did it last month. We went to Pittsburgh. And it's funny because like I was in a regular match. Like I was good. But I looked at Matt before he went out and I'm like, if you get hurt, you have to fucking suck that up until we cross the border. But we put him up and stuff on so they couldn't see his forehead. But I'm like, I looked at him like, if you get hurt, like you have to suck it up until we cross that border. That way we can go right to the hospital.
That's amazing. And you said like you covered it up, but I mean, there's probably guys like I name a few that I could think of: Casey Ward, Brandon St. James, and Hardcore,
Yeah.
who left Crazy 8, not the cleanest looking motherfucker on the planet. So I can't imagine what it was like for them crossing.
Well, we even like, because so when I used to cross the border, we'd go and say that we were doing, like, we would tell them we were wrestling. Except for me and Bale one time, we said we were going shopping, but we're two girls crossing, so whatever. So I've kind of like, when we were going back to the States this time around, Matt's never been to the States and I haven't, but it's been a while. So I was like kind of going around asking everybody, like, what do we say? Like, what are you guys saying? Like, what's working for you? Whatever. So we were honest with them. But the thing is, like, when you're crossing as a married couple with a car seat in the back of your truck, they don't give a shit. They just wave you right through.
Good to know.
I was really upset because I'm like, they didn't even ask us anything. And I'm like, I've literally been interrogated. I wanted him to like feel the like stressfulness. And they're like, okay, go on. And they asked us, we told them, they're like, WWE. I'm like, but like think like low budget. And then he laughed through and I'm like, okay. They didn't ask anything. I feel like I deprived a very stressful first experience for cash.
I love that though for him. There's nothing like shitting your pants on the road.
Yeah.
Do you have goals and aspirations to work in the WWE, or are you just enjoying the indie scene?
No, I think like before maybe, but again, I started out like pretty old. I wasn't the most athletic. Like I said, I played rugby in high school. I played for like I think 3 years in high school. I have zero athletic background. I was tiny when I first started. There was opportunities through Anthony or through Santino and stuff like that, but like realistically, there is no way. I'm realistic about it. I think I'm just out here having fun at this point. Like Matt's what, a year, 2 years from being 40. I'm 4 years from being 40. Like I am just out here having the time of my life as much as I can, or until I break something. So.
Oh, fair enough. You had said you're struggling for an identity, and there's a light bulb that went off in my head when people say that. There could be, I don't know how deep into horror you are, like Matt was mentioning earlier on in the season that he was. Have you ever thought about doing like a split personality thing like Bray Wyatt has done? And
So I have been playing with something. It's kind of not horror idea, but it's kind of more like the AJ Lee route. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And like I'm medicated, I'm great, I'm having a great time. But like to have like not have a split personality, but to go from like one side to the other of the emotional spectrum, I've been kind of thinking of doing something like that. I just don't know how I would portray that fully because like I said, like I haven't really had episodes in a really long time. I'm pretty like stable for the most part, but it's like that is 100% me. And it's like me kind of allowing people into how my brain used to work and stuff like that. Like how would I, and I started coming up with like this weird like tagline of like the like, what do I call it? The borderline baddie. Stupid. But like I'm sitting on it. I don't know if I'm gonna actually execute it, but I think the borderline baddie is ridiculously stupid, but so funny.
no, it's definitely. I can't wait till that makes a debut if they bring it forward, because that'll be something to take in.
Like it would just be more animated, I think, because I think I really like the comedy and like the personality. Like I'm not big on like technique anymore. I'm just more of like a personality, so I kind of want that, and I feel like it would play better into like the hardcore deathmatch, whatever. And then I
Right.
can be like little me wrestler, like regular wrestler, and then I can have like a switch, and then I would go into like that. Like I feel like that could work, but I just have to think about it better.
I'm gonna ask this question, and if you choose to answer, just say yes and then I'll give a warning about it. What you say you have borderline personality disorder, which is a mental health condition that we all are most of us are aware of nowadays. Do you struggle with other stuff like that? Like other health issues?
Well, I was back when I was a kid and like younger, I was anorexic, so eating disorders. So everything that is probably a bad idea to go into wrestling because, like the outfits and stuff like that and blah, blah. But I kind of got over that. But with borderline anxiety, depression, insomnia, I don't have to like literally tranquilize myself to sleep. It'd be really funny though. Like my sense of humor is incredibly dark. Like, and so just talk to me about a very dark joke. Just go with it.
I spoke to Matt recently, and we were talking about parenting and how the kids are just annoying and you want to throw them out a window sometimes. Yeah. And then I had mentioned to him that I wish I got the experience that our kids are getting because I lost my dad when I was 14. Yeah. And he goes, "Oh man, I'm sorry." I was like, "Yeah, but that fucker ghosted me."
I feel like that's the kind of shit that I would make jokes about. My best friend passed away a year and a half ago, I think. 2 years ago. He was a heavy alcoholic, and his mom has like a little urn of him like in her house, and I'm like, we should buy him festive hats because he hated being festive. So now I'm gonna go find like sombreros and shit, and I'm gonna send it to her because she won't do it. But if I buy the hats, she's gonna put them on, and he's gonna fucking shit out of me because that's what he would hate me so much.
I love that though. It's if you can't have humor about stuff, like what are we doing?
Yeah, like I'm gonna buy him like a little festive like elf hat. Like he hated Christmas. Like
yeah, that's a good friend though.
I am doing him a solid favor.
Hey, he's got to get into the spirit one way or another.
Well, he's the one that fucking left me, so he can suck it.
Exactly. You keep leaning back, and I keep seeing this logo on your chest. As much as it despises me to say this, we're currently in the middle of the third round Eastern Conference Final. The Montreal Canadiens has somehow, on a miracle whim, got there again. But please, like, what does this fandom start? Like, how have you? Are you big? You're big into hockey, obviously. You're a Habs fan. What has this one been like for you?
Well, hockey comes from my mom's side. She's a crazy Habs fan. Like, I like to think like I'm pretty normal. She's actually fucking insane. This run, honestly, the first game against Carolina, I was shocked. Like honest to God, like I was shocked. I have it in my head that it's gonna be Colorado versus Carolina in the finals. Like that's how it's gonna go down. And like it's funny because like I like Montreal, but I also like Vegas. So and Vegas is one of the most hated teams in the league. I am aware. But so either way, you beating Colorado, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like there is no way this is happening. So I have no idea how this is gonna end. Zero.
Well, if it ends up being the Habs and Knights in the final, it's weird to say this but it's how it happened. It's 2021's Western Conference Final.
I remember because it was during the pandemic. My mom had come over. I think she just came to visit and she wanted to watch, like we were trying to get her to like, Matt wanted to play like video games or something. So we had her on our laptop, like watching it. And like, it was so funny to watch because in Montreal, there was like no fans, but in Vegas, it was all of the fans. Like this isn't like we don't even have this, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is. But like honestly, everything I've predicted the next two rounds like hasn't been going that way. So but I'm also not overly confident. Like I'm not an idiot. Like I know how deadly Carolina can be. Like I am aware. And to lose, I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah, but Carolina turns into shit. I don't know what when it hits the Eastern Conference Final, like. They cannot get past that. I don't think this is the year they do either, though.
I don't know. I know that lots of hockey fans are really confident that their team is the best and blah, blah, blah. But I'm looking at but I mean, statistically, the Habs outplayed Carolina all regular season.
Yep.
But they also Tampa, and Tampa was a struggle. But Dobish is like my boy. Like, I love that kid.
That kid came out of nowhere.
But like, I was saying it last year, I'm like, we need Dobish and we need Fowler. And it took them forever to bring up Fowler, and then they finally did. So I'm like, now they have this tandem, and like Davish is fucking killing it. And I'm like, I told like this is what I said. This is what's gonna happen. Stop putting Moneyball in the net. Put Davish there. Let him fucking work out his shit, and then he's fine. And now he's fucking killing it.
Yeah, but you guys go backwards 2 years, and Montevo was your next Carey Price. Like it's
No, he was. I was like, no, this guy fucking sucks. Get him out of here. He was inconsistent.
I'm a Leaf fan. You're a Habs fan. So we both come from two markets that are strongly passionate. The media in both markets is absolutely brutal. If you're underperforming, you're just shit. If you're overperforming, you're too cocky. Like, it's the two hardest markets in all the NHL.
Oh, I know. And it's funny. Is like Matt's a Leaf fan, or I think he's slowly becoming a Habs fan. He just doesn't want to admit it. But
no Leaf fan will ever admit that.
I love Joseph. I love him so much, and the fact that he shit the bed USA recently makes me for him.
Joseph Wall is an extremely young, talented goalie, but I don't think the Toronto market is good for him.
No, it's not. They need to get rid of him. He needs to go somewhere else. Maybe go to Edmonton.
Oh, the Edmonton Maple Leafs? Yeah, where they take all of the rejected players. Yeah.
What? Well, technically not all of them. Marner's on Vegas.
Well, let me see. In the last decade, there's been Zach Hyman. There's been like so many that have gone there, right? Mark Frazier, Ben Scribbins, Kasperi Kapanen's there now.
Yeah.
There's more, I'm sure of it at this point.
Samsonov went.
Yeah.
For 1 year. No, he went Vegas. Never mind, I take that back. He went Vegas. Did he go Vegas?
Oh, Vegas. No. Yeah. I don't know. You say you're a Vegas fan too, and at the beginning, I cheered for them as well because Marc-Andre Fleury, and I'm a huge Fleury fan.
Oh, you know what it was for me?
To the point, I actually have a signed Vegas Fleury jersey because I love that man.
No, that man's amazing, but that's not why I like them. Their social media before they even touched the ice were hilarious.
Yeah. Good.
No, they were chirping other teams, and I'm like sitting there. I'm like, look at this. They haven't even played yet, and they're like chirping every team. I'm like, I kind of like it. And then after that, they ended up just being good because money.
Yeah.
They had a lot of money.
I truly, like you had said, it's going to be Colorado and Carolina in the final, and I said since November, and ultimately, I guess I'm wrong now, but I said it's going to be Colorado's cup to lose. And it's going to be, when it comes to the final, it's going to be Buffalo, Colorado. And obviously, Buffalo's not there anymore because of the Canadians. But
yeah. Well, I thought Buffalo too. At one point, I thought Buffalo, even if they were going to, I felt like Carolina's over here playing like the two easiest teams. And they went, and then Montreal's playing Tampa and Buffalo. I'm like, and these are like the hardest teams to play.
The Atlantic has definitely become the death pool.
Like, I'm like saying, they don't have a chance. And I'm like, again, I'm a realistic person. Like, I don't think, and then they won. And I'm like, honestly, like when they scored Game 7 and they won, I was like, holy shit. Like, I'm always like shocked. Like, and what was it, New Hook? Yeah. So I was like sitting, I'm like, oh my God. Like, they're actually going to go through. I'm like, this is fucking wild.
Well, again, New Hook came over from Colorado, so he knows that grind, right? So
thank you, Colorado.
In my household, my wife is a Penguins fan, so when they got put out by Philly, she was pretty upset. But then watching the Canes eliminate Philly to her was just the greatest thing ever. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of that going around with a lot of Penguins fans. I don't even mind the Penguins that much. I'm not like crazy, but I realize that I like players so much as I like their teams. So I like Zegras, even though he's kind of an asshole. So he's Philly. And then for Carolina, the first guy to fucking score a goal, Jarvis. I love Jarvis.
He's such a beauty.
I was so sitting like, God damn it! I'm like, fucking Jarvis. Where'd you come from?
That is a player that I feel like you could even, if you just took the time to understand him and understand the grind and where he comes from and how much work he's actually put in to become an elite superstar in this league.
Yeah.
He wasn't the greatest guy coming into the draft. He wasn't, look at this, look at that. He was literally undersized, underused, and now look at him.
Yeah, and like the fact that I think like they were talking about how he hasn't really performed well in the playoffs, and he comes in and he gets like a goal. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, Jarvis, no. I'm like, you can't do this to me. Hit to him and off. My God.
But I'm like you, and I am more like I am a Leaf fan through and through. And that's probably never going to change in my lifetime, despite wearing a Chicago hat. I just like original six teams.
Yeah.
But like I can appreciate talent were on teams. Like Colorado was the very first team I ever fell in love with back in the 90s because of Joe Sakic, Adam Foote, Forsberg, all them. And the rivalry they had with Detroit. So amazing. The Mighty Ducks are what turned me into hockey in the first place. So like these are franchises. These are franchises I look at and I'm like, okay, I still kind of have a soft spot for. And then I look around the league. As much as I don't like Vegas as a whole, because I feel like they circumvent the cap a lot, I'm happy for Marner thriving like I knew he would. I'm a huge Marner guy.
Yeah, well, I actually didn't like Marner until the Four Nation faced off, and then I changed my mind. Like, I thought he was a bitch. I was like, no, screw this guy. And then I saw Four Nation. I'm like, no, I get it. And then like Toronto turning on, I'm like, well, that's kind of stupid. And then the Olympics happened, and he's starting to kill it. He has like some of the highest points right now in the playoffs. I'm like, no, I get it.
I think that's why he gets hated on is because Toronto knew what he was capable of, but we didn't have the team to support it.
Yeah. Well, like even like they crumbled so fast this year. It's like, and I'm like, what just happened?
I could tell you what happened. Austin Matthews is what's the word? Oh, cancer.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no way. I don't get it. Like, this guy needs to, like, I don't know. Like, he needs to be gone. He's gone. He's definitely
He's a prima donna, and I don't like him, and I never have. I don't care if he puts up 70 goals a season. I don't like him.
Yeah, but you can jump on. Like, Cole will be there soon.
Cole Caulfield is a hell of a player, and I can't say he's not. I'm also like where I live. Your captain played up here for a few years in the O.
Yeah.
So like, there's talent that I appreciate. Like I said, given the fact that you're a huge hockey fan, where would you compare hockey to wrestling in your world?
Like, what do you mean? Like how?
Well, hockey's entertaining, right? So is wrestling. But like, do you see any similarities between the two at all? Like with the fandoms and
yeah. Well, obviously, because it was good enough to make smutty books about it.
I guess.
No. I mean, if it comes down to it, like the emotional, like it happens in the promo videos. They make promo videos. They're like, you get the feel when you watch WWE. Oh, okay. Sorry, my kid.
Door.
I did lock it. He unlocked it.
You're all good.
But like the promo video, like promos for anything or anything massive or monumental for that series, it's all done in like these like crazy montage music videos that I feel emotions attached to. Same thing with wrestling, everything else too. I'm like, I feel the exact same way that I do when I see hockey ones, especially really good rivalries or good high stake games, like stuff like that. If that's what you want the answer to be.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was looking for. I like nowadays you're finding a lot of wrestling theme music and stuff in arenas being used as like hype music and
Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, like
the Islanders have the yes chants after they win.
Yeah. And like the chanting for the fans is almost identical to wrestling. Like "Ref, you suck." That's a big one now. Similar chants. Like it's kind of like it's hockey's. Like it's just like it's to the fans. It's kind of the same thing. Like it's like it feels almost on the same level, even though they're different.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now I'm curious. How does a sweet, innocent woman like yourself grow up to be the tomboyish, ass-kicking machine that she is? Like, is there siblings that you used to beat up just for fun? Like, what? Tell me a little bit about little Jessie.
Little me? No. I don't know. She had a really weird life. Like I said, okay, so borderline personality sort of stems through trauma. So there was a lot of rough parts of my life when I was a kid that I kind of faced, but I think I overcome at some point. But I was raised by a single mom. She did everything to make sure that we had as much as she possibly could. I was very much independent kid as well. So I was the one that was taking care of. I have a younger sister. I was the one that was like stepping up and taking care of her while my mom worked all these hours and stuff like that. So I kind of think that as I got older and like I started living on my 16 because I just developed all this independence. Like that's just at my time of life, like that's where I was at. I'm like, I'm gonna move out. I'm working full-time hours. I'm going to school. Like I'm finishing everything, whatever. I think it was just becoming crazily independent and then getting to where I wanted to be and then realizing I had no hobbies, no fun. And then I went into wrestling and then I kind of just let loose there. Like I just feel like I was very strong, independent, and kind of grew up fast. So I didn't allow myself to be a kid, if that makes sense. Like I wasn't really,
Oh,
and it was my mom was very independent and depending on myself and all this stuff. So when I did, like when I went off I did the crazy like party, like all that stuff. I kind of became a different version of myself, and then eventually moved on to wrestling. Like that's like I don't think I had like fun until I got to the college. And then that's when I started saying, hey, I'm gonna do stupid stuff. Like I'm gonna experiment with this. I'm gonna do that. Finally finding my groove as a person. It's not like to say like my mom did anything. It's just I was very independent, and I had to be strong and take care of myself, do all this stuff. Eventually, when I didn't have to take care of anything, then I became that person. Like,
that makes sense. And I mean, it seemed like myself, I think growing up, my dad passing away when I was such a young person myself, I had to grow up really quickly. And it's like our generation, not even just people who lost parents or separated parents, but like our generation seems to be, we grew up faster than we had to. And then when we hit the years where we should be maturing, we regressed to the immature
oh
people that
yeah,
we now we're 30 some years old and wondering why our back hurts and just the smell of mouthwash wants to make you puke. But you know, like I feel that, and it's great to hear that you have such a great, I guess, reflection of like who you are as a person. Because a lot of people won't admit that they struggled early on, and oh, my life was fine, and then it comes out later that you're really fucked up, and like,
well, that's like the funny part about being a server still, um, is like you have the girls that have gone through it and they've gone through it, but then you have the girls that are completely fine and have no trauma, and like you don't really notice the difference until like we talk about something that really like that fucked up that happened, and they're just like, what? And then like they've never, oh, like my boyfriend cheated on me, then ran me over with a car, and they're just like, what? And we're talking about it like it's completely normal, like it's exaggeration, but like we're talking about this like completely normal shit that happens, and then the other girls are looking at like, what? Like, excuse me? Like, yeah, man, trauma. It's fun.
like, it's not trauma. Well, depending how you want to look at it, I guess, but like my 15-year-old, he'll be like, why don't I ever hear stories about you as a teenager? And I'm like, man, first off, I'll tell you them when you're an adult. Because and then because I know what I was like. And I remember saying, yeah, mom, I'm going to such and such a place, and then I'm in a field in the middle of a farm drinking whatever concoction was handed to me. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
where
I was at the point where I was able to call my mom after, and she would give me money, and she knew what it was. My mom was a young mom, so having a younger mom, like it made that stuff kind of easy. So she wouldn't buy me the alcohol, but she would give me the money because I had friends that were old enough to go and buy it. So like I'd call her, I'm like, I blacked out last night. She's like, that's not good. I'm like, I know. That was my high school. If or I'd go, I'd, like, probably not the best idea.
my yeah, it's but like my wife says that I'm so hard on my oldest, and I'm like, because he's me. I know what's going to happen if I tell him anything that has to do with what I
Then
was
he's
like.
gonna go. I don't know.
Uh,
I feel like I don't think they would. Like I think
I think this generation's too pussified to do that.
like I remember teaching the oldest to like he was asking how to make ravioli. I'm like, put it on the pot, like put it in the pot and then on the heat. put it in the pot, put it in the microwave. And luckily for me, the microwave it had an arm, so it like didn't fit in the microwave. But like he would have blown up the house. Like I don't.
Yeah, I told because I have two teenagers. I told them both that over the summer we're gonna teach them some basic life cooking skills because I'm tired of I'm hungry. Okay, what are you making for dinner? Bitch, you can cook your own food. You're old enough, man. Like I was doing 2-course meals by this age. Like
But like they have YouTube. Like I don't think that they have like any excuses. Like I'm like I can fix a toilet now because I get 8 months pregnant. I'm fixing a toilet because of YouTube. I can fix a sink. I can fix anything. Like I'm like you guys are literally raised on YouTube. I'm like you can literally look it up. And then like what about yeah? I'm like screw that fucking thing. Like just go on YouTube, Google it, and like you'll figure it out.
yeah, YouTube has saved my ass a couple times. Like I was never a car guy growing up, still aren't. But like I've used YouTube to help me solve a couple problems that I need to fix, and I didn't want to spend $400 or $500 on a $2 fix.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's like if we ever get a house, like I'm becoming a mechanic. Like I'm learning it all. Like Matt does the dishes and he does the laundry. I fix everything. He's mad at me because I didn't go into a trade. He's like, you should have just gone into a trade because like that's just how handsy I am. Like I'm good at it.
Well, you still could if you really wanted to.
But I didn't even finish the last course I was in. So I'm like, honestly, I don't want any more debt. Like I don't want any more student loan.
I mean, Ontario sucks as it is. You don't need to add debt on top of it.
Oh, yeah. We're suffering.
You also live in like the worst place in Ontario, I swear.
No, Hamilton's worse.
Yeah, well, okay. Then, yeah, you win.
It goes and Oshawa. I like to like, even though I'm not from here, I know Hamilton, Oshawa. We're just like a little bit up here.
Yeah, the dirty schwa, indeed. So many people, my American friends ask, what does that even mean? I was like, you just have to live here to know.
Just like, I'm pretty sure the guy on TikTok that like goes around and like takes videos of people from Oshawa. I'm not going to talk about the content fully, but
that's crazy. I got to find this now. Maybe you'll tell me after. Yeah, I need to see this. But what's your summer plans? Like, I know, I believe you're on Death Proof on June 13th, correct?
Yes, Matt has all our bookings, but I'm pretty sure I'm there, yes. I'm pretty sure I'm wrestling Matt there, actually.
What else? Do you have any ideas what you're doing over the summer? It doesn't even have to be wrestling. What's some plans that you want to do over the summer?
Well, Shaw's getting married, so I'm going to go see that. So a wedding, and then I'm going to Arizona in a week and a half, I think, for a bachelorette party. I hate traveling, so I hate airplanes. But I think we have a few wrestling matches. So we're in a beer league for softball, so I like to pretend that I can play that. If I don't White Wolf Lodge, my son will kill me. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I got a few plans, not vacation ideas because it's never a vacation, but like just to get away from home. And I think Niagara's on there, Windsor's on there. Some wrestling matches are sprinkled in there if I can convince everybody to come with me. But yeah, this year feels like it's going by fast but slow at the same time.
Yeah, like I am stressed out because I'm going to like Arizona. Like I'm literally going to Arizona for like 4 days. And I haven't even bought outfits or actually planned, like, everything's kind of already paid for. It's just, like, getting the initial readiness for it. And I'm like, I'm not there. And I'm going to have to wake up at, like, 4 in the morning, which I'm not good at, just to get there on time, like, for the plane. And then I'm coming back by myself on an airplane, and I'm already a nervous mess on the airplane. So this will be my first time traveling on a plane by myself coming back. So I'm going to have to download all of Off Campus and all of Heated Rivalry. So I can watch it all.
Yeah, he's gotta make sure you got it on top. Off Campus, I'm just actually about to start.
Watch.
I seen it on there on the Amazon, and I was like, "What is this?" And I watched the trailer, and I'm like, "You know what? This is a show the wife and I can watch." She's into hockey, and it's romantic bullshit, and I was like, I'll check it out. Like I guess a guilty pleasure of mine is watching shit she watches. So
yeah, I think Cash tried to drive with me and didn't. He saw one button, he was over it. And I'm like, oh come on.
Respectfully to Heated Rivalry and what it is, I think the male audience wasn't ready for what was about to come. So
I'm ready for it. Honestly, like I took a week off work, and this guy, one of the like my coworkers, he's like, "You should watch it." I'm like, "I don't think I'm the demographic." Apparently, 30-plus-year-old women was the demographic. Because then I bought all the books, and then I bought all the off-campus books, and now I'm reading off-campus. So if you need any information on any of the characters, I got you. But I think off-campus will be fun to watch. Only 8 episodes. You'll survive.
I mean, I swore up and down that I would never watch Jersey Shore, and I've seen every episode to date.
Ew, I can't do that.
I don't, like I said, it's a guilty pleasure falling into shows. She comes and does my thing with the wrestling. She's not big into wrestling, but she, and she supports this crazy venture of mine of podcasting. And so I feel like if I can give her a little bit of me to do something that she wants, I feel like it's a fair trade-off because she puts up with my dumbass a lot. So
yeah, I mean, that's fair. Good for you. I don't think I could sit through Jersey Shore though.
It eventually just becomes to the point where you kind of get invested. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I tried to get. Oh, what was it? We watched Wicked, and Matt was like on his phone the entire time. I'm like, you're such a pussy. Like, just watch like.
I've never watched that. My wife's not into that, but like you, she reads a lot. So like to go from the books to like a series, like she'll tell me all about a certain series before I even know it because she's already read the book.
Yeah, well, I find the off-campus series though, the TV show is written different than the books. Like it's the same idea, but like characters are taken out of it. They added new characters, and then the storyline's a little bit different. So like I'm like sitting there reading, I'm like, well, that didn't happen. but I mean, I'm invested in the characters now, so here I am reading them.
So I guess my next question, because you're into these, and this has nothing to do with this subject though, but it does. You watch Shoresy?
Yeah, I finished it.
I can't wait. I'm hoping there's another season.
I actually went to school with the main editor on that show.
Nice.
Yeah, his name's Drew. Yeah, we went to film school together, and he edits on it. He's like the main editor.
John Morasti plays one of the gyms on Shoresy. Yeah. Him and my aunt grew up together, and our families know each other well. So it's really cool to kind of be like, whoa, I know who that is.
Yeah, like I feel like, and like I remember I just said script because like I have to wait for Cash to watch anything, and I'm just like I looked at him like I'm just gonna watch this. Like I'm just gonna watch it on my own, and I'll just send you clips because like, I'm not waiting for
you. And then we both have a mutual friend in Pat McNeil.
Yeah.
He played on Letterkenny as the Skid Overlord there.
Yeah.
Man, even that show, I currently live exactly 45 minutes on the show, the town it's based on. Never ask them about it because they will punch you in the face.
My best friend's from Listowel.
I have never got a warm reception when I've asked about it.
I've been there once. She's like, there's a lot of Amish people or Mennonites. And I'm like, and there was.
Yeah. Like I am literally, without doxing myself, I am 45 minutes east of there. And that's a part of our circuit for hockey on a year-to-year basis. So I am there a lot.
It's such a weird place. Like, I mean, I've been in there, but like, oh my God.
But like, if you hang out there long enough in a day and you experience the people, you understand the show a lot more. Well,
I went to a movie. She was like showing me where she worked. There's like a restaurant. It was like, was it Krabby Joe's or whatever? And then the movie theaters, like two movie, maybe 2 theaters in it. I don't know. It was small as shit.
Yep. Jessie, I appreciate the fact that you gave me a time. We've talked privately, and I appreciate the fact that you're warm, receptive to a person like me reaching out to you. We've never met before until recently, talking on social media. I would love to have you on again in the future for more of a in-depth dive into who you are. This is just more of a conversational piece that I've been working on. But again, so gracious and thankful for your time.
Yeah, I appreciate you reaching out. I haven't done this in a while, so I feel like I ramble a lot, but that's just who I am.
Well, that's perfect for me because it doesn't leave dead air, and I think that's what's needed when a lot of the shows get too much dead air, right? You'd be like, oh, what?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So I try to, but then that makes me uncomfortable. If there's dead air, then I have to fill it in with more talking. So
Right. That's what I'm saying. You don't want dead air because it's not good air. With that being said, we've gone over your schedule that's coming up. You got some working events. Your husband and you are a tag team. You love music. You love wrestling. You love hockey. I'm not going to keep you because, again, we're currently an hour away from game puck drop or recording this. I don't want you to miss a minute of it.
And I appreciate it.
But I once again, I want to thank Canadian Deathmatch for helping this season come what was. This is the season finale. Jessie has been a wonderful guest. Everybody throughout the season has been a wonderful guest. I appreciate everybody's time. Canadian Deathmatch has really helped me bring this project along by introducing me to these people. That's about all I have to say. Do you have anything else, final thoughts before we head out?
I'm glad that we got to do this finally.
I'm hoping to be down in your neck of the woods at some point over the summer. And if I do, I'll let you and Matt know. Maybe catch a drink or something or something of the rather. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, this has been the season of the Shadowsphere. And thank you for tuning in. Follow along. Make sure you're supporting your indie scene. Make sure you're supporting your indie wrestlers. If you see Jessie, don't be a creep. Make sure you're following her on all socials. Give her the finger, cheer for her, whatever you got to do to make noise. Just make sure you're making noise. Don't leave it dead air. Buy her merch. Support everybody on the indie scene. Support the indie promotions in your local scene. And with that being said, this has been the season of Shadowsphere. Good night.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.